Well, let's take our Bibles to Philippians chapter number 1 this morning, and we're going to do a little recap from Sunday. If you were not able to join us at the journey, I encourage you to listen to the message. You can find that on YouTube or Facebook, and I think it'll be a blessing to you. Something I want to remind us of from yesterday is that a significant part of enjoying peace of mind is seeing the good in time and in the midst of those hard times. A lot of times when we're in a difficult circumstance, the only thing we see is the difficulty. We just block out all the good that's taking place in our lives. And Paul writes, giving us kind of an example of that. And you kind of have to know the history of what's happening to understand this. But if you look at Philippians 1, verses 3 and 4, I think I can show it to you. Verse number 3 says, I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine for you, you all making request with joy. And I don't know if you realize this, but the Apostle Paul was in prison as he's writing this. His first experiences with the Philippians was very hard. There was some pretty tragic or pretty abusive circumstances that took place during that first meeting when the church was launched in the midst of some really good things. And so what Paul decides to do is I'm going to focus on the good. I'm going to remember the great things that happened there because that's just going to bring peace to my mind. I'm going to have just a really good outlook on life if I focus in on the good that's happening instead of the hard thing that's also happening at the same time. You may be able to look back over your life where you had times where you said, I'm really having a bad day. And the truth is, you weren't necessarily having a bad day. You were having a harder day. And there was something difficult happening, but good was still happening all around you, that just that one thing became the focal point. And so if we want to enjoy peace of mind, Paul is modeling for us that he says, on every remembrance of you, I think of good, I rejoice, even though there were some days there that were really, really hard. And I took some serious abuse in those days, but I'm still going to think on you, and I'm going to think on you with joy. Imagine what our week would be like if yes, we experience hard things, but while we're experiencing the hard things, we remember the good is happening all around us. Philippians is that book where it says, hey, let's rejoice. Let's have joy by training our mind to focus on the good things that are happening around us instead of letting that one difficult thing just steal all that joy from us. I know that some of those things are really hard, but remember, good is still there to be found if we want it. Have a great day.